Is that why all this comes out? Is that why Europe are much better at the Ryder Cup? That'll really get the comments
That is going
going.
to get the comments. 10 reasons why British golfers have more fun than Americans.
Ooh.
And it was an article on golf.com from July 15. It's not a new article. I'm fortunate to have been to America 5 times in my life, but I've never once played golf in America,
Is
ever.
that right?
Never. So I don't feel like I can really have I can have an opinion, but I've not got an educated opinion on this, not got any experience. So I'm going to go over the 10. I want you to say agree or disagree and see what you think. And also, we might put this as a clip on YouTube, so people in the comments below, make sure that if you're obviously American or British or likewise, and let us know what you think. First one.
I've got a funny feeling this is going to pop as a YouTube video.
Well, the first one is that people in Britain walk. So in America, and this is something you've said to me a lot of the time, it's very, very common for Americans to use carts, buggies as we call them in the UK, because obviously the temperature, loads of different reasons. Over here, it's so much more common that you either walk with your bag, use an electric golf trolley or pull trolley, anything like that. So that was the first one. Do you think that is a more? Does that mean it's more fun in Britain or less fun? How would you see that we walk more often than our American counterparts?
I must admit, and I'm going to classify it as if I was away with the boys, having a weekend away, I'd want us all in buggies.
Okay.
Whether in the UK or... I just think it's got that vibe to it that's a much more kind of relaxed. You chuck a few drinks in the back. You maybe have a bit of music on. You're with a buggy partner. So I think for me, if I'm looking as a fun element, and also it brings a different dynamic to it. If I'm just solely looking on fun, I honestly think golf in buggies, golf carts, is more fun.
So do you want to keep a score then? You're going to 1-up to America?
Yeah.
Or we'll do it as points, so they get 1 point.
Okay.
So number 2, this is some...
However...
Go on.
I do think more Americans should use electric golf trolleys,
nice save.
such as MotorCaddy, the number 1 leading electric golf trolley in the world.
Right. So, good save.
Thanks.
Number 2, and this is something again I don't know if this is true or not, but I want to hear your take. Britons play more quickly than those guys in America. So apparently in America, it's seen as more of an all-day thing. You go to golf for the day, whereas in England and Britain, there's this culture of it's more like get out early, get home.
I would agree. When I've played golf in America, it just feels like more of a spectacle. Like you turn up, and it maybe because I'm almost more a tourist.
Yeah.
Like you get there early, you drop off your bag. Certainly, if you're playing a nice golf course, you go and have some food. You go and hit some nice balls on the driving range and the putting green, chipping green. And you're right, because everyone's almost in holiday mode. I mean, I am when I'm out there, so it's hard. I'm not a member of a golf club out in America, obviously. You do feel like it's a little bit more relaxed, and you feel like, however, it can also be slow, like as in,
because it is a full day thing, people are chilling out.
but as in like the golf can be slow. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
I've played golf on courses that are busy. Everyone's kind of a bit more relaxed, and it's just like, oh come on guys, let's speed this up.
So
a little
which
bit.
is more fun then? Would you say Britain or America? The pace of play.
But then I've played in the UK where it's been slow.
Yeah. Is that a draw then?
Yeah, I
So
can't
it's
give
still,
that to either.
It's still 1-0 to America.
Yeah, but I wouldn't agree that America is slower than UK. It's just I've experienced slow play in America, and I have experienced slow play in the UK. So I wouldn't say I could say one or the other on that.
So number 3, and this might be because the article's a bit old, so I'm not sure on this one. We might disregard this, but it claims that Britons carry fewer gizmos than the Americans. So, for example, lasers, GPSs, that apparently, according to this article, in the UK, they play quicker again because they're more like to go up to the ball, have a quick look, hit it, whereas the Americans are going to be more using lasers. Possibly the fact that they've used a car and they're then going to get a different club, etc. I don't know. So I'm not sure on that one if we want to include that or not. It's not the best.
This almost feels like it's been written by an American
Yeah.
as a perception on UK. Because, again, that's not probably the case in the UK.
Yeah.
I would say everyone's got gizmos as much as they have in the US.
So should we leave that one out maybe?
Yeah.
Next one, this is a really good one. It says that and again, not sure on it, but I want to hear your take. Britons don't obsess over their scores. So certainly before the world handicap system, possibly, handicaps are really only used in the UK and Britain for competitions. If you go out for a friendly knock, you don't really massively score. Whereas apparently they think in America that's more the case. So it's more kind of light-hearted.
I think the only difference is because, again, in America, you could hand the scorecard in, when not playing in the competition. So score is a definite thing. The other thing they don't seem to do as much is play like match play.
Don't come on to that yet.
It feels like they're much more about stroke play, their individual score. Like when I've been out there in America and suggested like match play, it's almost like, all right, I was just going to keep my own score. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think,
that's...
I'm going to come on to another one, I'm sure. Do we obsess about score? Do they obsess about score more than we do? I'd probably say they would, yeah.
So does that make it more fun for us then, or
I would say it's more fun for us because we have many more different formats.
So it's 1-1 then.
Because we play like for me, and again I might be wrong, but from what the American people, that they don't massively play Stableford.
Yeah.
Like everything's stroke play, you got to count every single shot. Where I think we've got much more variety in events that we play.
Well, point 5 then, you've led on to that nicely, is that apparently in Britain we embrace team play a lot more. So whether that be like foursomes or match play or whatever it might be, we apparently do that more so that again is perceived as more fun.
Definitely, I would 100% agree with that. And maybe is that why we're better at the Ryder Cup? Oh,
so we say that's 2-1 to Britain.
Is that why all this comes out? Is that why Europe are much better at the Ryder Cup? That'll really get the comments going.
That is going to get the comments going. Next one, again, not sure on this one. I feel like I'm saying about a lot of them, but it's just hard to, like you said, it's hard to really imagine golf in another country when you've never played.
Like I say, I have played quite a bit in America, but not all like loads of times. But go on.
So apparently another reason why it's better is that Britons don't stop at halfway houses. So in America, there's more of a culture apparently of stopping after 9 and having something to eat, having something to drink. Whereas in the UK, it's not really a thing massively. So therefore, it speeds up play.
I would say we've become more Americanized in that department.
Okay.
I would definitely say back in the day, halfway houses weren't really a thing. You know, certainly because if you look at how very traditional golf courses in the UK were designed, certainly links golf courses, you'd play out away from the clubhouse, turn around and play back into the clubhouse for your 18 holes, like some of your links golf courses in America, in Scotland, etc. I think over time, when golf course design and architecture became a little bit more Americanized, like for example here, the Marriott, like you play a loop of 10 and then there's a halfway house designated. There's been thought behind where that goes. In America, I would definitely say the culture is like almost like not a meal, not a sit down meal, but the menu selection is much bigger. Like where we might grab a pre-made butty sandwich, if people don't know what that is, a packet of crisp, a drink, and off you go, because you want to keep up the speed of play. In America, I've been known where you can order off a proper menu and you get proper food and selection.
I wouldn't want to carry on playing golf after that.
It is a bit heavy, yeah. And you know what's another thing I've experienced as well is like where you might order it at the halfway house, and because again you might not want to slow play up, they'll actually drive it out to you in another couple of holes. But I've had out on the golf course in America like way too much like food, like the meal that you think I'll just order that pizza or whatever, and it's like a 12 inch like pizza. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I think where we would grab a pasty or a pie.
So who are you giving the point to then here? Can it be even split? Is one better than the other? Because to me, having some nice food half around does sound quite fun. I don't know how hungry I will be.
The other big thing as well in America, and this I think it's just American culture anyway, like the drink selection is like massive.
Stay there on that one.
Like as in, I don't just mean alcoholic either. Just like if you look at a fridge in America in a halfway house, you've got like your Gatorades, your waters,
every monster flavour.
Like they've literally got a massive selection of drinks. Where in America, you're lucky if you get lukewarm water from some places. You know what I mean? So.
That a draw then, different vibes. It's hard to split these, isn't it? Because it's hard to say what's more fun.
And again, I go back to why I think we've become more Americanized. I've been to many golf courses now in the UK where that culture has come over to the UK.
Okay, then. Well, next one then. And this is it's got a weird title, but it's not what it sounds like. It says Brits drink and drive. Now, that doesn't mean they drink alcohol and then drive home. What it's basically saying is that the culture around drinking in the UK, and again, this might be an American perception rather than the truth, is that people in the UK might play golf and then have a beer or, maybe half if there was a halfway hut or whatever, maybe half a beer or something. But it's kind of it's not this kind of buddy trip style excess culture. So it's much more kind of toned down.
We're more toned down.
Apparently so. Now I don't know if that is true, and also if that is more fun. But that is one of the points here.
Again, if I was, let's say I'm out with 8 of my friends, we have 2 tea times, all playing buggies on a fun weekend away, whatever. If you said, do you want this to happen in the UK or in America? I'd choose America for that exact point. So I am actually going to give that to the US.
Okay.
I know it's not a big drink culture, and it does scare me. And I think people listening should be aware of this. Like, it does scare me in the fact that, you know, people do drink out on the golf course and drive home.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be allowed. And I think there should be some regulations around that. But I see members of golf courses drink after the round of golf and still drive home. Like, it is really silly. So just be careful if you are drinking on the golf course. It still counts. Do you know what I mean? I think some people kind of overlook that. But again, if I was out with the boys and, you know, having a fun time with buggies and a bit of music, my shirt untucked, and not feel like I'm going to get shouted at or looked down on, I would rather be in America for that. So I'm going to give that a point to America.
Last couple then, last few. This is a really interesting one. This is definitely true. Apparently, Britons don't waste time on the range. So because of the golf course in the UK, often there's limited real estate, they're a lot older. People typically might just come, hit a shot in the net if there isn't even if there is a net. You know, that's quite a lot of golfers don't have a net. Some do. Hit a couple of shots and then get onto the course. Whereas in America, there's a lot more emphasis on going to the range beforehand, hitting 50 balls, and that apparently isn't quite as fun. And it says here that even if you do find a golf course with a range in the UK, the chances are you'll need to supply and collect your own balls, which is, again, true at most golf courses. You take a practice bag or a shag bag full of balls, hit them, then have to collect them in.
Yeah, you don't even question it in America. You just presume there's going to be a driving range. You just presume there's going to be nice golf balls laid out for you in nice little pyramids, typically. That is better.
But I'd class that's more fun, wouldn't you? That you can go to a range, hit 50 balls before you go and play and loosen up.
Yeah, so you're giving the point to America.
Yeah, but they're saying that's better in the UK by not having that.
No, way better in America.
Because they're saying that we don't waste our time. But I see that as not a waste of time.
No.
If you pitch up half an hour before your tee time and whack, even if you just whack 20 balls, loosen up, it can be a good laugh with your friends
100%.
as well.
I think America definitely have the practice facilities and warm-up facilities nailed on. And again, because it comes down to that real estate, when they've designed golf courses in America, they've taken all this into consideration, like the much more modern golf courses than we have over here. So they've really put the emphasis on, well, where's the practice ground going to be? Where's the chipping green going to be? How is it all going to work together? Where for us, certainly the older golf course, the practice ground, chipping green, putting green,
it's an afterthought, isn't it?
Way afterthought.
That for me is something that, around where I kind of live, a lot of the golf courses don't have amazing practice facilities. And to some degree, you could say, well, as long as the course is good. But there's sometimes after work on a summer's evening, it's lovely going hitting on a lovely chipping green with massive bunkers and everything. It's really good, isn't it? And certainly with the practice ground. But something we don't have as good in the UK, definitely.
That's where I'd say more modern golf courses here in the UK have had that American inspiration.
You're swaying more America here, you know, I think, as a rule now.
Yeah.
This one I don't think will interest you too much. Apparently, number 9... in Britain, we tee it up, we go on the course more often with our dogs than in America. It's more of a thing over here that golf courses will let you take your dog on.
I've almost not got an opinion on that because I'm not bothered either way. I'm not opposed to it as long as they're responsible and don't let them run in bunkers and crap everywhere. But generally, it doesn't oppose me having a dog on the golf course.
It's the last one. So you're very much US here then, and I don't think this last one will.
Do you know what scores?
I can't remember, but you're definitely going more US. The last one, which I don't really see as being a positive for Britain, but it's definitely true, is that Britons play on slower greens.
Agreed.
And they're saying that's better because if you're a kind of more average golfer, there's less, obviously, a massive, aggressive, fast putts that are going to go past the hole and less 3 putts, less 4 putts. So the slower greens are kind of a little bit more easy, potentially more interesting, and that the maintenance costs are reduced. And it can also speed up pace of play because obviously there's less putting and stuff. So I'm not sure on that one,
no,
really.
I think America's greens are ridiculously better than our greens.
So you would disagree with this article and you would say that Americans have more fun on the golf course than we do from those points.
Yeah, and probably the big thing is you always think the grass is greener on the other side. Probably if I was American,
It literally is greener over there, probably.
if I was American, I'd probably be looking over here and going, yeah, but that sounds quite... So it's just different. But I must admit, and this is probably... If we're using the word fun as being the main topic on this, I would honestly say Americans do have the setups to make it more fun for golfers.